Only to say that it's a fixation that has been around mobile solutions for everything, that we forget that there are other aspects that go into the problem set. So there could be so many problems that the answers actually may be political. So how does that play out in the mobile space? So mobile is an answer for sure, but it's not the sole answer. And it would be, it's just really to say that we should not get lost in focusing on the technology and not what the real problems are. We had elections last year, and they're supposed to be digital and technologically savvy elections. And there was several competitions that were held out, to have developers come up with solutions around elections, civic education, keeping up with the latest information around elections. But I mean, 2 days to the election, there was nothing there. So these were ideas that had been hyped, as there had been some PR around them. But then I looked up each and every one of them for projects I was doing, and none of them was working. And this is just to say, we can develop skill sets, which is very necessary, but it's very dangerous to then prompt them with PR and then there's nothing there to look up. So that was a really unfortunate situation. More specifically, M-Pesa solved the problem of banking. The banking industry in Kenya was very elite at the time, and people needed quick ways to move money. We had this whole urban-rural migration thing happening, and people needed ways to send money home. And so just tapping into the problem and buying trust in the people and being with the people, Safaricom, who's the M-Pesa carrier, so to speak, has ideated and pivoted their product to it's so entrenched to the national psyche, you could say it's one of our national values now. Just getting people back into a thinking where even if you're in tech or any other sector, there's so many other things you need to be curious about. What is happening around is what informs the whole packet of who you are. So you can be a great techie, but if you don't know anything else that informs who, that just tips you over the edge, you're just gonna be someone who writes code and, So that what we're trying to do at iHub is an open space where we just shout and talk around. So work could entail 3 hours of a conversation or a debate around something, only to sharpen that idea of being curious and always asking questions and questioning everything, because we think it's in that core that people will be able to come up with the skill sets that they need to, to have beyond just being coders or the core tech skills, if you will. What we do is we do ask the community specifically if they have any requests or demands for that kind of training. But on the other hand, what we do through a range of partners is bring people on board. We'll have Google who will come and talk about how they do it, or even just interact with people and sort of give them some ideas on how to do their stuff. And that being a primary approach that we use, but at the end of it, it's just always inculcating the notion of just being curious. And so the open plan policy that we have around how we sit and gather around the space also entails that you can always hear something that will pick your ear up, and you'll sort of sign up for that.